Hi, welcome to the channel English Professionally, and this video course is 20 English tenses forms. So I hope really it's a great idea and you'll support it with your likes, and you can share it with your friends. And I have a question for you. So how many English tenses do you know? Okay, really. So how many English tenses do you know? How many English tenses do you know? Really. How many? 2, 3, 4, 5, 12 or more? Maybe 20? Okay. So, people usually say that there are 12 tenses in English. Okay, say that there are 12 tenses in English. 12 tenses in English. Well, you can have a look at our great video, 12 tenses in English with examples. Okay, so you can have a look. You can have a look at our great video. 12 English tenses, 12 English tenses with examples. Okay, good. So good. Well, but we are going to talk about English tenses forms. So it's very important for your grammar and speaking. Okay, but we are going to talk about 20 English tenses forms. Okay, so it's very important for your English grammar and speaking. It's very important for your English grammar and speaking. Okay, and speaking. Well, so let's study all this extremely useful information. Okay, let's study all this extremely useful information. Okay, so stay with us. Stay with us and watch all this video. I suppose this lesson is very special. It's unique in some way. Okay, so I suppose this video is very special. Right. It's unique in some way. Okay, so you can put a like. You can put a like and share it with your friends. Okay, and share it with your friends. Well, so look, how many English tenses do you know? So, people usually say that there are 12 tenses in English. Well, you can have a look at our great video, 12 English tenses with examples. Please have a look. Have a look at our playlists. So good. But we are going to talk about 20 English tenses forms. Okay, so it's very important for your English grammar. Okay, it's very important for English grammar and speaking. So let's study all this extremely useful information. So stay with us and watch all this video. I suppose this video is very special. Okay, right, it's unique in some way. You can put a like and share it with your friends. Okay, so the first tense, it's present simple tense. Present simple, okay? present simple. So we use this tense for things which usually happen. Okay, we use this tense for things which usually happen. Okay, for example, I learn English every day. I learn English every day. Okay, I learn English every day. I go to work. Okay, so it's present simple. Okay, so how do we form this tense? You know, it's very easy to do it. It's very easy to do it. Okay, so subject plus verb. Okay, so I go to school, for example. Okay, I go to school. Yeah, we learn English together. And so on. Okay, and so on. So if it's he, she, it, you use verb plus s. Okay, so compare. Please compare. I work, but he works. Okay, he works, or she works. Okay, she works, or it works. Okay, for example, so it help, or it helps me. It helps me a lot. It helps, or it helps me a lot. So what is right? It helps because he, she, it. Yeah, so it's the first form. Okay, so it's very easy. So you see that so first form, so present simple, we use this tense for things which usually happen. Look, I learn English every day. I go to work. How do we form this tense? It's very easy to do it. Subject plus verb. I go to school, we learn English together, and so on. Yeah, if you have he, she, it, so you add verb, verb plus s. Please compare. I work, but he works, she works, it works. Okay, works. Yeah, so we have s. She works. Okay, it works. Yeah, and we say it helps me a lot. Okay, so it's very easy. I hope that you understand it. Okay, it's very easy. I hope you understand it. I hope you understand it. So if you understand it, please leave a comment. If you understand it, so please leave a comment. Yeah, so you can write I understand. Okay, so if you understand it, please leave a comment. So good. Well, so but we say that there are 20 English tenses forms. Okay, so you need to know one thing. You need to know one very important thing. So there are such things in English as active voice and passive voice. Okay, active voice and passive voice. Okay, and passive voice. if we look at active voice, there are 12 tenses. There are 12 tenses. So people usually say so. People usually say so. What are these tenses? What are these tenses? Can you name them? Can you name them? Can you name them? So I hope you can do it very easily. I hope you can do it. I hope you can do it very easily. If not, it's okay too. I will help you. If not, it's okay too. It's okay too. I'll help you. Okay, I'll help you. I'll help you. So don't worry. Okay, so don't worry. So don't worry. Everything is all right. Okay, everything is all right. Is all right. Really, there is no need to worry. Please relax. Yeah, really, there is no need to worry. There is no need to worry. Please relax. So, you know, I'm using these phrases, yeah, because I want you to speak English fluently. You know, I'm using these phrases. I'm using these phrases. I'm using these phrases because I want you. Because I want you to speak English fluently. To speak English fluently and understand English speech and understand English speech. Okay? 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 So as you might guess, this video isn't only for grammar, it's for English speaking. It's for English speaking, okay? Or it's for speaking English, okay? So as you might guess, yeah, this video isn't only for grammar. Isn't only for grammar. It's for English speaking. It's for English speaking, okay? It's for English speaking. It's for English speaking and listening practice okay? 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 Good. So you see, okay, you need to know one very important thing, okay? So there are such things in English as active voice and passive voice, okay? If we look at active voice, there are 12 tenses, so people usually say so. What are these tenses? Can you name them? Can you name them? Okay, can you name these tenses? I hope you can do it very easily. If not, it's okay too. I'll help you, so don't worry. Everything is alright, so really there is no need to worry. Please relax, okay? Please relax, okay? So, you know, I'm using these phrases because I want you to speak English fluently and understand English speech, okay? So, as you might guess, this video isn't only for grammar, it's for English and listening practice. It's for English speaking and listening practice, okay? Okay? So, is that clear? Is that clear? Is that clear? I hope so. I hope so. Well, so there are 4 groups. There are 4 groups of tenses. There are 4 groups of tenses. There are 4 groups of tenses. So simple, continuous, okay? Simple, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous and perfect continuous, yeah, and perfect continuous. Well, and there are three times. There are three times. There are three times. Present, present, past, and future. And future. As a result, there are 12 combinations. Okay. As a result, there are 12 combinations. There are 12 combinations. Okay, good. So it's, yeah, present simple. Okay, so present and simple. So it's present simple, past simple, okay, past simple, and future simple. Okay, next, continuous. Okay, so it's, you know, it's present continuous, past continuous, and future continuous. Perfect. It's present perfect, past perfect, and future perfect. Okay, and it's you know, perfect continuous. So you see present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous, and future perfect continuous. Yeah, so 12 tenses. Yeah, or we call it active voice. Okay, we call it active voice. We call it active voice. We call it active voice. Okay, so if the action is done, was done, or will be done by someone, so we need to use passive voice. Okay, let's write it down. Okay, so let's write it down. Let's write it down. If the action is done by someone, or is done by someone, so was done, or will be done, yeah, so it can be about the present, past, and future. It can be about the present. It can be about the present, past, and future. We need to use passive voice. Okay, look at these two sentences. Okay, please look at this. Please look at these two sentences. Please look at these two sentences. They make it. So it's present simple. It's present simple, active voice. Okay, so it's present simple, active voice. Okay, and the second sentence is, okay, the second sentence is, it is made. For example, it is made in China. Okay, it is made in China. Yeah, so it means it is done by someone. 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 So this thing cannot make itself. This thing cannot or can't make itself, and we need to use another structure, and we need to use another structure. Okay, it is made. Okay, it is made, and it's present simple. It's present simple passive voice. It's present simple passive voice. Okay, good. It's present simple passive voice. How do we form it? How do we form it? How do we form it? Well, so let's write it down. If the action is done by someone, was done by someone, or will be done, so it can be about the present, past, and future, we need to use passive voice, okay? Please look at these two sentences. They make it so it's present simple active voice, and the second sentence is it is made in China. It is made in China, so it is done by someone. This thing can't make itself, and we need to use another structure. So it is made present simple, so it's present simple passive voice. How do we form it? How do we form it? How do we form it? Okay, so it's easy. So am is or are plus past participle plus past participle, or plus the third form, plus the third form. Look, it is made in Italy. It is made in Italy. Okay, so you see is, it is, and the third form made. It is made in Italy. It is made in Italy. Okay? Okay, next. So it means it is made in Italy by someone. By someone. Okay, next. It is said he is right. It is said he is right. So is plus the third form. So it is said by someone. It is said by someone that he is right. Okay, so you know it's present simple passive voice. Okay, next. So the next form. Okay, the next form. So yeah, it is made, so it's present simple passive voice. How do you form it? Am is are plus past participle, or the third form. Look, it is made in Italy. It means it is made by someone. Okay, so it's passive voice, passive voice, passive voice, passive voice, present passive voice, present simple. They make it, it's active voice. It's active voice. Okay, so look, it is said he is right. Okay, so it's you know, it's passive voice. It is said he's right. It's passive voice, present simple. They say it. It's active voice. It's active voice. Okay, yeah, so they make it, it's active voice. Okay, active voice, and they say it's active voice, so it's very important. It's very important, active voice. Good, so very good. You can take notes. You can take notes. You can also take notes. You can also take notes. It can help you. It can help you to remember it better. It can help you. It can help you to, or it can help you remember it better. You can also watch this video several times. You can also watch this video. You can also watch this video several times. You can also watch this video several times. So good. Well, 3, it's past simple. So how do we form this tense? How do we form this tense? You need to use the second form. You need to use you need to use the second form. Okay, you need to use the second form. For example, I went to the cinema. I went to the cinema. I worked very hard. Very hard. So you also need to know irregular verbs. You also need to know irregular. You also need to know irregular verbs. So do you know them? Okay, do you know them? Do you know them? How many irregular verbs do you know? Okay, how many? How many irregular verbs do you know? How many irregular verbs do you know? Yeah? Really, how many? I think it's a good question. I think it's a good question. Okay? So you see, it's past simple active voice. Active voice. Okay? Let's talk, yeah, about past simple passive voice. Let's talk about past simple. Let's talk about past simple passive voice. Okay? How do we form it? Was or were plus past participle. You know, there is one very important rule which you need to know. Okay? You know, there is one very important rule which you need to know. Yeah? It's about the formation. It's about the formation of passive voice. It's about the formation of passive voice. Okay? Okay? So you always need the form of the verb to be and past participle. You always need the form of the verb to be, okay, the form of the verb to be and past participle past participle. Okay, so I think it's good. Yeah. So yeah, you can also take notes. It can help you remember it better. You can also watch this video several times. Okay, so past simple active voice. How do we form this tense? So you need to use the second form. For example, I went to the cinema. So go went. Yeah. I worked very hard. So worked. So go, you know that go is an irregular verb, irregular, yes, and work is regular. So you also need to know irregular verbs, yeah? How many irregular verbs do you know? I think it's a good question. Next, past simple passive voice. So was or were plus past participle. You know, there is one very important rule which you need to know. It's about the formation of passive voice. You always need the form of the verb to be and past participle. Yeah, you always need the form of the verb to be and past participle. Okay? So, please look. Yeah? Yeah, please look. So where is it? Okay, where is it? Okay, so it's here. Yeah, I think it's here. Okay, so active voice. Yeah, good. So the second sentence, it is made in China. It is made in China, and it's the formation of passive voice. Am is are, so the form of to be, you know that the form of to be in present simple is am, is, or are plus past participle, yeah? The form of to be, you see the form of to be plus past participle, so it's in present simple, yeah. And if you look at past simple, so you see the form of to be again, so was or were plus past participle plus past participle. Okay, so look, they did it, so it's past simple active voice, past simple active voice, it's past simple active voice. So how will you say it in passive voice? How will you say it in passive voice? How will you say it in passive voice? Okay, so let me have a look. Let me have a look. So was were, okay, was were plus past participle. Okay, good. So was were plus past participle. So you see they did it. Okay, so it, we say it was, so we see the verb do, and we need to use past participle. So do, did, done, do, did, done, and we need this form. It's the third form of past participle. So it was done, okay, it was done. Okay, very good. Next, they arrested him, so it's past simple active voice. How will you say it in passive voice? So they arrested him, he, then you use was, he, she, it was, and you use past participle. So arrest, so the second form is arrested, and the third form or past participle is arrested too. You know that if this verb is regular, so the third, the second, and the third form is the same. Okay, so you know it, yeah. So for regular verbs, the second, and the third form, or the second form is the same. Is the same as the third form. Okay, so he was arrested, so really very good. Okay, so they did it, past simple active voice. How will you say it in passive voice? Let me have a look. Was or were plus past participle. So do, did, done, and done is past participle. So you say it was done. They arrested him. Arrest, arrested, arrested. For regular verbs, the second form is the same as the third form. So he was arrested. Okay? So it's past simple passive voice. Well, let's talk about, future simple. Okay? So 5. Future simple. Okay? So how do we form it? Will plus verb. Will plus verb. I will speak English fluently. Okay, good. Or you can use a short form, okay? Or you can use a short form, okay? So I'll I'll speak English. I'll speak English fluently. Okay, I'll speak English fluently. Okay, or they will make it. They will make it. Okay, they will make it. Okay, they will make it. Okay, so it's future simple. So I think, you know, this tense is really so simple. It's very easy. It's very easy to understand this tense. Okay, well, 6, future. Yeah, it's future simple active voice. Future simple active voice. Let's talk about future simple passive voice. Okay, so future simple passive voice. Future simple, okay, passive voice. So let's have a look at our rule. Let's have a look at our rule. Okay, so yeah, let's have a look at our rule. Yeah, you always need the form of the verb to be and past participle. Okay, really, you always need the form of the verb to be and past participle. Okay, the form of the verb to be in future simple is will be, and past participle, so will be plus past participle. Okay, good. So we had this example, they will make it. Okay, they will make it. So very good. Let's say it in passive voice. Let's say it in passive. Let's say it in passive voice. Okay, so they will make it. It will be. Yeah, it will be. It will be. And you need past participle or the third form. Yeah, so let's remember it. Make, made, made. Make, made, made. So it will be made by them. It will be made by them. Yeah, it will be made by them. Very good. Yeah, it will be made by them. Okay, good. Good. Okay, so future simple passive voice. Yeah, you always need the form of the verb to be and past participle. So will be plus past participle. They will make it. Let's say it in passive voice. So make, made, made. It will be made by them. Okay, good. Really good. Well, next. So 7. Okay, so what is 7? So it's present continuous. It's present continuous. So we use it for actions which are happening now. We use it for actions. We use it for actions which are happening now. Okay, and we form it this way. Yeah, we form it this way. So am or is or are plus verb plus ing. Yeah, so I am, he, she, it is, we, you, they are. So we are learning English now. We are learning English. We are learning English now. Yeah, so are, learn is a verb, and you add ing. We are learning English now. Okay, next, he is checking her work. He is checking her work. Okay, so check is a verb, you add ing, and you have the verb to be before. before it. Okay, so he's checking her work. Okay, let's say it in present so it's present continuous. Okay, so it's present continuous active voice. Okay, it's present continuous active voice. Let's say it in passive voice. Okay, so it's present continuous passive voice. How do we form it? Okay, so you always need the form of the verb to be and past participle. Okay, so the form of the verb to be, yeah, so in present continuous, so am is are plus been, and we always use what? And we always use past participle. Okay, past participle or the third form. So, and we always use past participle, really. So am is are plus been plus past participle. Okay, so he's checking her work, or let's say it in present continuous passive voice. Okay, so her work, it means it. We say it is. Okay, it is. So her work is been. So we always say so is been, and you need past participle. Okay, so check. Okay, check. So this verb is regular. So check, checked, checked. So her work is being checked. Her work is being checked. Yeah, is been and past participle. Her work is being checked. So well done, my congratulations, good. Well, so present continuous active voice, we use it for actions which are happening now. We form it this way: am, is, or are plus verb plus ing. Look, we are learning English now. He is checking her work. Okay, and let's talk about present continuous passive voice. Yes, it's 8. So am, is, or are plus been plus past participle. So check, you know that this verb is regular. So check, checked, checked. And you see her work is being checked. So very good, very good. Okay, so 9. Past continuous. Do you know this tense? So past continuous active voice. Do you know this tense? Do you know this tense? Past continuous. Yeah. So yeah, we use it for long actions in the past. Okay, we use it for long actions in the past. How do we form this tense? Was or were, okay, plus verb plus ing. Okay, so I, he, she, it was, we, you, they, were. So was or were plus verb plus ing. Okay, look. So when I came home, she was cooking dinner. Okay, so you see two actions. So the first action is in past simple. So it's came, yes, when I came home. And the second action is in past, and the second action is in past continuous. Yeah, so you see was cooking. It's a long action. Yeah, so she was cooking, and then suddenly he came. Yeah, so the first action interrupts the second one. Okay, the first action interrupts interrupts the second action or the second one. Yeah, so when I came home she was cooking dinner. You know, it's a past continuous active voice. So okay, how will you say it in passive voice? How will you say it? How will you say it in passive voice? In passive voice. In passive voice. I hope it's a good question. Really, I asked it, you know, at the right time and in the right place. Okay, I hope it's a good question. It's a good question. I also hope. Okay, I also hope. I asked it. Yeah, at the right time and in the right place. At the right time and in the right place. Yes, at the right time and in the right place. Okay, so really, so past continuous active voice. So do you know this tense? We use it for long actions in the past. Okay, so was, were, was or were plus verb plus ing. When I came home she was cooking dinner. Okay, so the first action is in past simple and the second action is in past continuous. Okay, and you see that the first action interrupts the second one. Okay, so I have a question for you. Yeah, it's a question. So how will you say it in passive voice? I hope it's a good question. I also hope I asked it at the right time and in the right place. Yeah, it's a joke. Yeah, it's a joke. Yeah, it's a joke. Yeah. Okay, so how do we form it? So you know, yeah, you always need the form of the verb to be and past participle. Okay, so you always need the form of the verb to be and past participle. No problem. Okay, so the verb to be in past continuous, it's was or were plus been plus past participle plus past participle. Okay, so we had this example, you know, yeah, you know, we had this example. When I came home she was cooking dinner. Okay, let's say it in passive voice. Okay, let's say it in passive voice. Okay, so you know, it's good. It was past continuous active voice, and let's say it. Yeah, it's 10. Past continuous passive voice. Past continuous passive voice. Okay, so really let's say it. Okay, past continuous passive voice. Good, very good. So we have this sentence. Let's use passive voice. Okay, so was, were plus been. So she was, we say she was, or not she. So when she came home, yeah, so the dinner, when I came home, the dinner means eat, so it was, the dinner was being, and you know that cook is a regular verb, so cook, cooked, and we need this form. Yes, cooked, past participle. Okay, so when I came home the dinner was being cooked. Yeah, so really when I came home the dinner was being cooked. Really, well done, excellent, my congratulations, well done, excellent, my congratulations. Okay, so really, you see, it's a short action. When I came home and the dinner was being cooked by someone, yeah, by her, it's a long action. Okay, so you see, you always need the form of the verb to be and past participle. So past continuous active voice. Yeah, but you know, it's 10. Okay, so past continuous active voice. Yeah, it was active voice, but we talked about passive voice. Yeah, so was verb plus being plus past participle. Okay, so when I came home, she was cooking dinner. Cook, cooked, cooked. So this verb is regular. When I came home, the dinner was being, yeah, was being cooked by her. Okay, well done. Yeah, well done. Excellent. My congratulations. My congratulations. Okay, 11. So 11 is future continuous. Future continuous. We use it for long actions in the future. We use it for long actions. We use it for long actions in the future. Okay, how do we form it? Will be plus verb plus ing. So we always say will be plus verb plus ing. Okay, for example, I will be waiting for you. I will be waiting for you. I will be waiting for you. Okay, or I'll be waiting. You can say I will, or usually, you know, we usually say I'll be waiting for you. Okay, so I'll be, yeah, I'll be waiting for your reply or for your answer. Okay, I'll be waiting for your reply. I'll be waiting for your reply, or I'll be waiting for your answer. Okay, so it's future continuous. Good. Well, you know that they say that we don't have passive voice. We don't have passive voice for future continuous. We don't have it. Okay, so we don't have it. So no, yeah, no, yeah. So and let's go ahead. Yeah, let's go ahead and let's talk about the next tense, the next group of tenses. Yeah, perfect tenses. Okay, so I think that's right. Okay, so next, so it's present perfect. So present perfect, it's present perfect. So you know, it's about the past. It's about the past, but but you know that we have, or we see a connection with the present. It's about the past, but there is a connection. There is a connection with the present. Okay, good. So it's very important. There is a connection with the present, and we often use it with such words as. We often use it. So if there is a connection with the present, so we often use it with such words as. Okay, just, next, already, yet, ever, never, many times. Okay, good, many times. Okay, how do we form it? So have or has plus past participle. For example, yeah, we need to say it in present perfect. We need to say it in present. We need to say it in present perfect. Okay, I say it. So have or has plus past participle. Have or has plus past participle. Okay, so I have, and you know that this verb is irregular. So say, said, said. Okay, say, said, said. Very good. And you see, I have said it. I have said it. Okay, I have said it. Or I can say, for example, I have just said it. I have just said it. So it's present perfect active voice. Okay, so it's present perfect active voice. Well, let's talk about present perfect passive voice. So it's 13. Yeah, so it's 13 present perfect passive voice. How do we form it? How do we form it really? So really, I want to know it. I want to know it. How do we form it? So where is our rule? Okay, so it's here. So let's copy it. You see, you always need the form of the verb to be and past participle. Okay, so how will you say to be in present perfect? Okay, so it's have or has been plus past participle. Have or has been plus past participle, and we have these two examples. Okay, with just and without just. With just and without just. Okay, so I have said it. So how will you say it in passive voice? Okay, in the passive form, how will you say it? So it, then have or has, he, she, it has, been, and past participle. So you know, say, okay, say, said, said. Okay, say, said, said. So it has been said. It's a passive form. Okay, it's a passive form. It's a passive form. Okay, very good, very good. Well done. I have just said it. So how will you say it in passive voice? I have just said it. Okay, so it, he, she, it has just. Then you use been, past participle. It has just been said. It has just been said. Okay, very good. Look, it has just been said, has been said. Okay, so present perfect passive voice. You always need the form of the verb to be and past participle. Okay, so have or has been plus past participle. I have said it. Say, said, said. It has been said. It's a passive form. I have just said it. So it has just been said. It's a passive form. So we often use it. We often use present perfect when we speak. Yeah, we often use present perfect. We often use present perfect when we speak. So if you wanted, we can make a detailed video about present perfect. So if you support this idea, we can do it. But if you don't support, so we will not do it, or we won't do it. Okay, so we often use present perfect when we speak. Okay, good. Well, next, so 14, it's past perfect. It's past perfect. So what is past perfect? You know, it's about the past, but one time before. It's about the past, but one time before. How do we form it? Had plus past participle. Okay, let me give you an example. Okay, so he said, okay, she had done her homework. He said She had done her homework. Okay? So it's about the past. You see, it's past simple. It's past simple. The first action is in past simple, and the second action is in past perfect. Had plus past participle. She had done her homework. So it's past perfect. So why is it past perfect? You know that first she did, then he said. First she did, then he said, yeah? So we use past perfect, yeah? So it's one time before, okay? Good. What about, so it's past perfect active voice. What about past perfect passive voice? What about it? Okay? How do you form it? The form of the verb to be, so had been plus past participle. The form of the verb to be plus past participle. So you see, look, let's say it in past perfect passive. Let's say it in past perfect passive, okay? So he said, yeah, her homework. He said her homework. He said her homework. Next, you need to use had been plus past participle. So he said her homework had been plus past participle. So it's, had done. So do, do, did, done. Do, did, done. So you need it. So he said her homework had been done. He said her homework had been done. Okay, good. Her homework had been done. Okay, good. Well, by her, for example, her homework had been done. So you use past perfect had been done. So you see, he said her homework had been done. Very good. Okay, so past perfect active voice. So it's about the past, but one time before. Okay, had plus past participle. Let me give you an example. He said she had done her homework. So first we see past simple and then past perfect. Okay, but first she did, then he said. First she did, then he said. Okay, what about past perfect passive voice? So it's had been plus past participle. Okay, do, did, done. He said her homework had been done by her. He said her homework had been done by her. Okay, very good. Yeah, but it isn't 14. Yeah, it isn't 14. It was 13, 14, and 15. Okay, so what about 16? It's future perfect. Okay, it's future perfect. Well, it's future perfect and future perfect passive. Future perfect passive and future perfect passive. Yeah, and then we'll talk about, perfect continuous. Perfect continuous. So present perfect continuous. Present perfect continuous. So we don't use passive with present perfect continuous. Okay, so next, so past perfect continuous, past perfect continuous, past perfect continuous, and future perfect continuous. So we don't use passive voice with perfect continuous. So we'll have a look at these tenses in active voice: past perfect continuous and future and future perfect continuous. Okay, and future perfect continuous. Good. Well, future perfect, you know that, please have a look at our video. Yeah, I hope you remember it. Yeah, please have a look. Yeah, have a look at our great video, 12 English tenses with examples. Okay, so, and we talked about this tense. We talked about this tense. We talked about this tense. So, what is future perfect? What is future perfect? Okay, what is future perfect? You know, it's future simple plus by. So, if you talk about the future and you have to use by, so you need to use future perfect. Okay, so if you talk about the future, and you need to use by, and you need to use by, okay, or you need to use you need to choose future. You need to choose future perfect. You need to choose future perfect. Okay, so look, and how do we form it? We'll have plus been plus past participle. Okay, plus past participle. Okay, good. Plus past participle. Look. Okay, look. I'll finish this project. So it's future simple. Okay. And if you have by, for example, by next year, so you need to use, okay, so you need to use future perfect. Okay, so I next, so we'll have been plus past participle. Okay, so good. Okay, so I will have yeah, future perfect, yeah, without been. So I will have, so we'll have been plus past participle is for passive, but it isn't for passive, it's for active voice. So I'll finish this project. I will have finished this project by next year. Okay, we'll have plus past participle. I will have finished, and we have by. So we have by, so we use future perfect. I will have finished this project by next year. Okay, so future perfect active voice. So, you know, have a look at our great video, 12 English tenses with examples. We talked about this tense. So what is future perfect? It's future simple plus by. If you talk about the future and you need to use by, you need to choose future perfect. Okay, how do we form it? We'll have plus past participle. I'll finish this project. I will have finished this project by next year. Okay, next. So future perfect passive, yeah, future perfect passive. So it's 17. So how do we form it? We'll have been, yeah, we'll have been plus past participle, Okay, so we had this example. Okay, so look, I will have finished this project by next year. So it's future perfect active voice. You need to say it in passive voice, So this project, okay, how do we form it? Yeah, we have it. Yeah, so we'll have been plus past participle. You see, this project will have been finished by next year. Okay, so this project will have been finished by next year. So very good. So we use future perfect because of by. Okay, so we use future perfect. We use future perfect because of by. Okay, good. So future perfect passive will have been plus past participle. Look, I will have finished this project by next year, and this project will have been finished by next year. So we use future perfect because of by. Good. What about present perfect continuous? You know that we often use it. We often use this tense in daily English conversations. Okay, we often use this tense when we speak, yeah, or when speaking English, speaking English, or when we speak English, yeah. How do you form it? So it's easy. Have or has been plus verb plus ing, and you need to remember the following time markers. Okay, you need to remember the following time markers. Okay, so for and since. Look, so if you have them, think about using present perfect continuous. Okay, so if you have them, think about using present perfect continuous. Okay, so look, many students say, I learn English for 2 years. It isn't right. Okay, so have a look at our video. 200 mistakes in English. Okay, have a look at our video. 200 mistakes in English. Okay, have a look at our video. It's very useful. And important. Okay, it's very useful and important. Okay, it's very useful and important. It's very useful, okay, and important. Yeah, good. So you see, yeah, I learned English for 2 years. You have 4. Yeah, you have 4. So you need to use present perfect continuous. Okay, so you have 4. So you need to use. Okay, so you need to use present perfect continuous. Okay, so look, not, it isn't right, so it isn't right, you see. Okay, and you need to use present perfect continuous. Look, have or has been plus verb plus ing. Okay, and you have, look, I have been verb learn plus ing. I have been learning English for 2 years. Yeah, right. Only right. Only this way. Okay, only this way. Okay, so good. Only this way. So what is next? Well, let's check it. So present perfect continuous, we often use this tense when speaking English. So have or has been plus verb plus ing. You need to remember the following time markers, okay? For and since. So if you have them, think about using present perfect continuous. Not I learned English for 2 years. It isn't right. Have a look at our video, 200 mistakes in English. Well, so it's very useful and important, okay? So you have 4, so you need to use present perfect continuous, okay? So have or has been plus verb plus ing. I have been learning English for 2 years, right? Only this way, right? Only this way. Okay, so what about past perfect continuous 19, okay? Okay, so what is past perfect? It's past perfect plus 4, yeah? So if you have 4, yeah, if you have 4 in the sentence and it's about past perfect, so you need to use past perfect continuous. Look, and we form it this way: had been plus verb plus ing. Look, when I came home, she was cooking, yeah? So you see it's past continuous. You see it's past continuous. Okay, she was cooking dinner. She was cooking dinner. Okay, or when I came home, she had cooked dinner. Okay, she had cooked dinner. She had cooked dinner. So you see it's past perfect. It's past perfect. Okay, so it's one time before had cooked, yeah? So first she cooked and then I came, yeah? So what is past perfect continuous, okay? So it's when I came home, for example, she had been cooking dinner for half an hour. So it's one time before, but you have 4, okay? It's also one time before. It's also one time before. It's also one time before, but you have 4. Okay? But you have 4. Look, for half an hour. So it's very important. When I came home, she had been cooking dinner for half an hour. Look, past perfect continuous, it's past perfect plus 4, okay? So had been plus verb plus ing. When I came home, she was cooking dinner, so it's past continuous. When I came home, she had cooked dinner, it's past perfect, it's one time before. When I came home, she had been cooking dinner for half an hour, okay? So it's also one time before, but you have 4, okay? And future perfect continuous, it's like future perfect. It's like future perfect plus 4, yeah? For example, I'll have been learning English. I have been learning English for 2 years. For 2 years by next year. For 2 years by next year. Okay. So it's future perfect because of by, yeah, will have been, and you know that we form it this way: have or has been plus verb plus ing. So I have been learning English for 2 years by next year, okay? So because we use future perfect continuous because of for and by, okay? We use this tense because of for and by. So if you have for and by and you talk about the future, you need to use future perfect continuous, okay? So if you have for and by, okay, and you talk about the future, and you talk about the future, and you talk about the future, you use this tense. You use this tense. Okay, very good. So future perfect continuous, it's future perfect plus for, okay? So have or has been plus verb plus ing. So I have been learning English for 2 years by next year, okay? So we use this tense because of for and by. So if you have for and by, you talk about the future. So you use this tense. So I'll have been learning, I will have been learning, or I'll have been learning. It's a short form. Okay, well done. Excellent. Congratulations. Thanks for your support. So have a look at our playlists. Have a look at our different video courses. I really hope you like them. And you know that we are strong together. We are strong together. And I expect good progress. I expect good progress from you, okay? I expect good progress from you, okay? I expect good progress from you, okay? Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, my friends. See you. Bye. Some way. It's unique in some way, okay? So you can put a like. You can put a like. You can put a like and share it. And share it with your friends, okay? And share it with your friends. Well, so look, how many English tenses do you know? So, people usually say that there are 12 tenses in English. Well, you can have a look at our great video, 12 English tenses with examples. Yeah, please have a look. Yeah, have a look at our playlists. So good. But we are going to talk about 20 English tenses forms, okay? So it's very important for your English grammar, okay? It's very important for English grammar and speaking. So let's study all this extremely useful information. So stay with us and watch all this video. I suppose this video is very special, okay? Right, it's unique in some way. You can put a like and share it with your friends. Okay, so yeah, the first tense, it's present simple tense. Present simple, okay? Present simple. So we use this tense for things which usually happen, okay? We use this tense for things which usually happen, okay? For example, I learn English every day. I learn English every day. Okay, I learn English every day. I go to work. Okay, so it's present simple. Okay, so how do we form this tense? It's very easy to do it. It's very easy. It's very easy to do it. It's very easy to do it. Okay, so subject plus verb. Okay, so I go to school, for example. Okay, I go to school. Yeah, we learn English together. And so on. Okay, and so on. So if it's he, she, it, you use verb plus s. Okay, so compare. Please compare. I work, but he works. Okay, he works, or she works. Okay, she works, or it works. Okay, for example, So it help or it helps me. Hi, welcome to the channel English Professionally, and this video course is 20 English tenses forms. Yeah, so I hope really it's a great idea and you'll support it, yeah, with your likes, and you can share it with your friends, yeah. And I have a question for you. So how many English tenses do you know? Okay, really. So how many English tenses do you know? How many English tenses do you know? Yeah, really. How many? 2, 3, 4, 5, 12 or more? Maybe 20? Okay. So, you know, people usually say people usually say that there are 12 tenses in English. Okay, say that there are 12 tenses in English. 12 tenses in English. Well, you can have a look at our great video, yeah, 12 tenses in English with examples. Okay, so well, you can have a look. You can have a look at our great video. Yeah. 12 English tenses, 12 English tenses with examples. Okay, good. So good. Well, but we are going to talk about English tenses forms. So it's very important for your grammar, and it helps me a lot. It helps me a lot. So what is right? It helps because he, she, it, yeah? So it's the first form, okay? So it's very easy, So you see that, yeah, so first form, so present simple, we use this tense for things which usually happen. Look, I learn English every day. I go to work. How do we form this tense? You know, it's very easy to do it. Subject plus verb. I go to school, we learn English together, and so on, yeah? If you have he, she, it, so you add verb, yeah, verb plus s, verb plus s. Please compare. I work, but he works, she works, it works, okay? Works, yeah? So we have s. She works, okay? It works, yeah? And we say, it helps me a lot. Okay, so it's very easy. I hope that you understand it. Okay, it's very easy. It's very easy. I hope you understand it. I hope you understand it. I hope you understand it. So if you understand it, please leave a comment. If you understand it, so please, okay, please leave a comment. Speaking, okay. But we are going to talk about 20 English tenses forms. Okay. So it's very important, yeah, for your English grammar and speaking. It's very important. It's very important for your English grammar, and speaking, okay? And speaking. Well, so let's study all this extremely useful information. Okay? Let's study all this extremely useful information. Okay? So stay with us. So stay with us. So stay with us and watch all this video. all this video, I suppose this lesson is very special, yeah? It's unique in some way, okay? So I suppose this video is very special. Right. It's unique in